The power of many.
Oh, God. Yeah, I had the same exact reaction. Hey guys, my name's Dan, and this reaction is the Acolyte pitch meeting. And this is not just any normal Star Wars show. No, this is actually a show that takes place well before anything we've seen before. So it should be very interesting to see how exactly this gets pitched, what he focuses on. I have a few ideas on what he gets focused on, because they kind of bothered me a little bit too, but it should be a lot of fun nonetheless. But before we get into it though, please do check all those links I have for you down in the description below. More specifically, the pitch meeting link and Ryan's personal channel. They're both great ways to support him, and a great and easy way to support me is to go right below this video, click all those buttons down there, because not only let you see future reactions that I do, but also it's my channel to grow. Without any further ado, let's go.
So, you got some new Star Wars content for me?
Yep.
Yes, sir, I do. And in this one, we're going to be following OSHA. Amazing. Occupational safety is very important.
No, not that OSHA.
Her name, and she's going to be falsely accused of a crime. What's the crime? Well, her sister May's going to have this big old fight against a Jedi named Indara, who I figure we could get Carrie-Anne Moss to play. Trinity? Oh boy,
yeah,
that'll be a
Trinity.
big draw for the show. So what does she do? Die immediately.
She dies at the very
well,
beginning. Oh, God, I hated that.
I'm still gonna pretend like she's a main character when we promote the show. Sounds like a
yeah,
good idea.
that's what
so
they
since
do.
May and OSHA look exactly alike, and everybody thinks May is dead, OSHA gets blamed. Was she nearby? Not even a little bit. She was off putting out space fires, but a bartender saw her, so. Space fires? Fires in space, that's right. So she gets arrested and put on a prisoner ship piloted by robots. They think she killed a Jedi, so they put her on an unmanned ship. That's what we're going with. So
exactly
this ship ends up crashing, and then she reunites with her old Jedi Master Soul. Okay. And she explains to him, like, hey, I think my sister might be alive, but he's like, no, I watched her die. Yeah, sounds like there's some history between these two. Oh, there sure is, sir. That's the whole basis of the show, but to explain that, we're gonna have to go back 16 years. I don't know how to do that. Yeah, no, don't worry. I'll just tell you what happened. Okay, yeah, that's better for me. So OSHA and May were raised by a bunch of space witches, and May wants to become a space witch, but OSHA doesn't really wanna. There are career paths other than space witch, sure. So then they're having this big ceremony to become space witches, and they do this little chant. A chant? Yeah. They're like, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many.
Oh, God. Yeah, I had the same exact reaction.
So anyway, then Soul and some other Jedi show up, and they maybe want to train these kids to become Jedi, because they have a high M count. M count? You mean midichlorians? Well, yes, but people made fun of that, so now I'm scared to say it out loud. Fair enough. So they do some tests on these girls, but then this Padawan really wants to go home, so he rushes back to the temple confrontationally. That's his motivation. He wants to leave ASAP. He doesn't like the food he's currently eating, so he risks and ruins everything. Understandable,
He sure does.
So what happens? Well, the Mother Witch turns into a big scary smoke monster, so Soul kills her with a lightsaber. Close one. Actually, no, he shouldn't have, because she's like, I was gonna let OSHA go become a Jedi. She probably shouldn't have changed into a scary monster.
Yeah, that probably would have been a good idea.
Well, if there's no miscommunication in this show, then there is no show. Oh, interesting storytelling technique. So then all the witches get together and possess this Wookiee Jedi, but when Trinity breaks that possession, all the witches die. Why? Because I need all the witches to die. That works. And also May is mad that OSHA didn't want to become a space witch, so she starts a little fire and locks all the doors. Sounds like an OSHA violation for sure. Yeah, and this place is made of stone, so the fire spreads quickly. Yeah, totally! Soul finds himself in the situation where each
because, you know, we know how flammable that is, right?
Is standing on a collapsing platform, and his force lift isn't strong enough for both platforms, so he just saves OSHA. Why not force lift the girls instead of the platforms they're on? Hey, shut up. And so that crazy night sets the stage for this whole story. Wow, well, that's gonna be a pretty intense show intro for sure. Oh, no, what I just described as a mystery spread out over multiple episodes. Stretching things out is tight. Paradoxically, yes.
I know. Stretching out is... Huh.
Well, because of that night, 16 years later, May is killing the Jedi involved with that, and she's working with this guy, Chimere. Okay. And also there seems to be a Sith lurking around, but we don't know who he is. Is it Chimere?
It's Chimere.
I mean, who else would it be? Yep, that's a good point. I'm still going to drop it as a big reveal several episodes in.
No, it wasn't that big of a reveal. I wanted a big reveal, and I didn't get one.
Sure, sounds good. So this guy really wants May to kill a Jedi without using a weapon. How come? He thinks that would be a pretty cool little dark side challenge. That does sound pretty cool. Then then one day he goes nuts and kills practically all the Jedi that Osha was rolling with. Oh my god. And in all that chaos, Osha and May switch places. Oh, they do? Yeah, and it looks like May is gonna stab Soul, but then she doesn't. Why not? Yeah, because she doesn't want it anymore, you know? Who's to say why characters do what they do? You.
You do!
Imagine? That'd be nuts. Well, anyway, meanwhile, Osha is hanging out with Kymir the Sith. Hanging out? Yeah, she follows him around. He takes his clothes off, shows her his Sarlacc pit. Oh my god. So now that he murdered all her friends and
Sarlacc pit. Oh, here's my Sarlacc pit. Oh my god.
After his space junk, she's kind of into what he has to say about the dark side. Okay. But then she puts on his cool helmet and gets a vision of where May is. Oh, she does? Yeah, because the season's almost over and I need them to reunite, so she just has a vision of where to go next. Nice. So all the characters end up on that witchy planet where this whole thing started. It's like poetry, it rhymes. It's like poetry, it rhymes, that's right. So there's gonna be a big showdown between Kymir and Soul, and then also between May and Osha. Very exciting. And then Osha's gonna find out that Soul killed their mom, so she wants to kill him. Well, it's gonna be tough for her to kill an experienced Jedi Master. Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Oh, really? Yeah, because now that she's angry, she can do dark side stuff, so
yeah,
she
like
force chokes him to death. So he doesn't explain that her mom had turned into a scary smoke monster? No, because proper communication would get in the way of the story.
Of course it would!
Right, okay, keep going. So there's no Soul. Nope. And then also that guy died. What? So then what happens?
Ah!
Well, then Osha agrees to train with Kymir and let him show her the dark side. Oh, he flashes her again? No, like the dark side of the Force. Oh, okay. And then
Yeah, that makes more sense.
he wipes May's memory, which is a thing he can do. Why? So she can't remember. And then a green lady blames everything on Soul, and we're done. So what do you think? It's okay. I just feel like it's missing something. It is.
Oh, yes,
what
it is.
What ingredient we missing here? Oh, I got it. You know what it is? We got to do that thing. You know that thing where we
At
sprinkle
the end?
in glimpses of established characters
At the
and
end?
selectively recycle content we own as if that were a way to sustain long-term
Yes.
engagement? Right, that's what
Yes.
it is. I'll toss a few cameos in at the end. Great, that'll keep the brand alive.
Yay for seeing Yoda. Wonderful. Okay, so overall, all jokes aside, I did actually really enjoy this show. It kept me wanting more after each and every episode. The fight scenes were fun. Seeing the slow turn of a character from light to dark, just like with Anakin, I love that little bit of storytelling. And I love seeing the guy who played Manhunter in Supergirl, who was actually in this show towards the very end. I believe he was one of the senators. I don't remember for sure. I probably should have taken better notes. But yeah, what did they alluded to with Yoda? It was nice to see him at the end, so we can see some sort of familiar characters, because we're walking into this show like we don't know anything about it, right? And I think this is the first time outside of the comics that they've like really, you know, dove into like this part of their universe. And another thing that I could have done without rather, is Carrie-Anne Moss's character's being killed first episode, and then like sprinkling her back in just like these flashbacks. I thought that was really weird because, you know, she's fairly popular. People know who she is. And if you even go on the screen of Disney Plus, she's one of the 3 people who are standing there. And as he said, she was marketed to be like a major part of the show, and in reality, she wasn't. Her character sure was a big deal, but you know, it's hard to make her a big deal when she dies, like, very, very early on in the show. The show overall was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I hope they dive into more of this side of the Star Wars saga. Maybe further on, and maybe further connecting this side of the story to the Skywalker saga side of the story. Just having more and more shows, because I'm eating up all these shows, man. Listen. I know, like, a lot of people get, like, fatigue over this sort of thing. I love it, though. I love all these Star Wars shows. I love all the Marvel stuff. Just feed me more. Feed me all of it. So that's going to do it for me here. Comment down below. Let me know, what did you think about the Acolyte? Please leave a like if you enjoyed. Please check all those links I have for you down in the description below. Then lastly, and most importantly, I want to give a huge shout out to all my $5 and up supporters on Patreon: Cruising, Wolverine310, GBN, Kester Konich, Amber K, Raymond Bright, Joshi, Chris Curtis, Haley Mastronardi, Am Perry, Larka, Vox Cacophony, Morgan Page, Misa, Misa2, Lily the Snoopy Fan, Lauren, Fleet Street Viscount, Sophie the Sunset Girl, Sarah Long, Summer the Dog Lover, Scott, Misa3, Arrow Hamster, Kay, Inkalinquist, Bizza, Aubrey the Charlie Brown lover, Potter Brawny, and ZK Stuff. And if you two like to have a shout out at the end of each and every one of my videos, please head on over to patreon.com/TheDanReactor for more. And I'll see you guys next time.